So wonderful evening, friends. Hope all of you are giving your 500% for DT and going out all guns blazing. So there's one of the questions. The main thing begin sharing this question which I'm going to share is you should not lose marks on any easy questions, and the biggest problem is you would have studied everything but you will not get time to go through it or everything the day before the exam. So on that note, we're going to see an important question and also sharing a lot more important things. So in case if you require anything, do reach out. So Mrs. India Chem is a company incorporated in India. It sets up a unit in SAS in financial 1924 manufacture of chemicals. It claims 50% additional profits earned from the unit 2025 and subsequent years as per a section 10A of that. Is GAAR applicable in such a case? So in this case, the arrangement is setting up of a unit in SAS, so it will give a tax benefit, and this is a case of tax mitigation. So you might get a 2-mark question in question 6, or you might get whether this is a tax avoidance or tax mitigation or tax planning. You can get any of these questions. So the taxpayer is taking advantages, so the revenue cannot invoke because this is just a provision and they are using it and complying with the conditions, everything has been done. So this one important thing. And in the second scenario, as another unit in a non-SAS area, so it then diverts its production from such manufacturing and shows the same in the tax exempt while doing only the process, packaging, etc. So is GAAR is applicable. So this is a case of misinterpretation of facts by showing production of the key terms. You cannot merely write conclusion, etc. The examiner will be expecting this term misrepresentation of facts. I repeat, misrepresentation of facts. So that is the main thing we can sharing this. So if this comes in question 6, you should not lose a single mark on this. So this is an arrangement of tax evasion and not tax avoidance. So tax evasion being unlawful, it can be dealt directly by the department and GAAR. It can be dealt by establishing the correct facts, but GAAR will not be invoked in such a case. So that is the catch. GAAR cannot be invoked in this case also, but it is a tax evasion. So moving on to the next. So in this case, it does not show the production of non-SAS as a production of SAS, but transfers the product of non-SAS at a price lower than the fair market value to SAS unit and only to some insignificant activity in the SAS unit. So it is able to show higher profits. Can GAAR be invoked in this case, in this last case? So what is your answer? So the correct answer is the tax avoidance is dealt through the provisions contained in section 10A, and as per section 80A you get attracted in this case. So the revenue need not invoke GAAR, though GAAR and SAR can coexist as per clarification in the given circular. So in this case, only SAR will be applicable. So GAAR need not be and cannot be invoked, but there may be cases where it can be invoked as well. So lastly, assume that both units A in non-SAS area work independently and Mrs. India Chemicals started taking new export orders from existing as well as new clients for unit A, and gradually the export from unit B declined. The company offered lower profits from unit in computation of income. Can GAAR be invoked on the ground that the shifting or reconstruction from unit B to unit A for the main purpose of tax benefit? So unit A is in SAS and unit B is in non-SAS. So the correct answer you should write if this question comes is the issuance of tax is through shifting up from one unit to another is been dealt with section 10A of that. The revenue need not invoke GAAR, though gone. The previous one, that is example 1 and B, and this answers are almost similar. So keep all these things in mind. And in case if so many things are pending, and I was sharing in my group as well, how much ever is pending, make sure after your dinner you invest 45 minutes and revise everything you covered so far, and also compulsorily go through MCQs 20 minutes. I repeat, not 2 or 3 hours, but 20 to 25 minutes only, because MCQ, whatever you're going to revise down, is just a gamble. It's just to give you comfort to your mind that you have revised it. So don't invest too much time. time management at this particular juncture is very important. So all the very best, keep going and best wishes, and ensure you sleep at least 4 to 4.5 hours minimum. That is all the more important.